through his new banger, started testimony, and also played you outside right here. By the way, in case you don't know, Bullshit to Your Ears is from Akwa Ibom. In case you never knew, now you know.
I knew that.
Right. Now you know. Now you know. 14 minutes going past the hour of 8. And it's about that time we'll take a look at what's popped on the papers. Right here on XL 106.9 FM. You're welcome right back, right? Yugee D'Phenom, that's my name.
HighPrayz.
Charles Appen is here.
Always here. Well, interestingly, so much is making the headlines this morning. President is out of the country, by the way. He's going to see his doctors. And he's supposed to attend an education summit. Okay. Is it just me, or like legit is the doctor's appointment that's like the main cause for the trip?
Because it's just how I feel. Like it's doctor's appointment, because we weren't told that he was going to see his doctors. Actually,
Mr. President is in London
for an educational
engagement and medical checkup.
It's okay.
Are you putting that medical checkup
is
there?
In Lagos,
Akwa Ibom,
to see his girlfriend and hang out with his family. We already know what Yugee went to Lagos.
Take note. The president is in the United States. That's London, to be precise.
In the United Kingdom.
United Kingdom for the Global Education Summit.
We're saying the same thing.
Financial Global Partnership for Education.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that that event is also virtual, right?
That's right.
So
if it's a virtual event, the president could attend it from here, right?
The president
he wanted to be right there in the venue.
He's going to hold bilateral talks with the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson,
which could also happen virtually because of COVID.
He will also stay a few days
and see his doctors.
Is there anything bad with that?
Baba needs rest, and I understand. He needs. Y'all trouble this man a whole lot. He needs to relax.
Someone cannot travel again.
I mean, he's entitled to it.
Please, he can.
He's entitled to it.
He can, please.
See, don't mind my sarcasm this morning.
I don't know about that one.
He's entirely entitled to it.
Well, I'm just telling the public so that they will know. Education Summit. You said virtual.
Yes, it's virtual.
Meeting is meeting.
There's a broadcast summit.
Public function.
There's a broadcast summit.
So mine is that the event could also be done virtually.
Virtually.
There's a broadcast summit is going to be happening in Canada, and I'm going to be attending.
Virtually?
Virtually.
No. I would attend.
That's your spirit will be.
No. I have to attend. I have to attend. And from there,
let's look at the papers.
From there, maybe,
you meet with who? The Canadian.
There will be some bilateral side.
Okay.
To a side, something. Well, it's about time we take a look at the papers this morning, right now.
Catch the top stories from the print and online media.
AKSD to complete 139 intervention projects in 31 local government areas. Ibom A manager queried.
With top analysis and share your reaction.
If I decide to talk about
bring your issue now or you forever remain silent.
I mean, let's
What's popped on the papers? Weekdays from 8:15 a.m. on the XL Super Breakfast Show.
Well, we got local papers right here. Straight news on the table this morning. It's a paper published here in Akwa Ibom State. We've also got the Mail newspaper this morning. It's also an Akwa Ibom publication. Outside, if time allows us, we'll look at the Daily Times this morning.
And the Guardian.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
We'll
check out this day this morning as we go. Well, let's get started. Remember that, if you're a regular, you already know. We got Big Question on our Facebook page. Go look it up, begin to leave your reactions. We also got headlines from different papers on our Facebook page. Look it up, begin to leave your reactions in the comments on Facebook. We're taking as we go through the show this morning. We've done something for you. We've put up the front pages on our WhatsApp status also this morning. I think we put that Big Question up also on WhatsApp. So you can look at our WhatsApp status and begin to respond to them. All right. Now our WhatsApp number is 0802-200-5155. If you haven't added that, you need to add it. Facebook is XL 106.9 FM. Now let's get started quickly. We'll start off with straight news this morning. Now looking at straight news, harvest of death. Unwholesome herbal remedies flood Akwa Ibom. A big screamer there. Harvest of death. Unwholesome herbal remedies flood Akwa Ibom.
Isn't that headline for you?
How?
You know, this is the people you patronize, don't you?
Have we ever visited one together?
Wow.
Have we ever visited one together?
I think you have. Think about it properly.
Have we visited one together?
Because that's a strong allegation there.
Yeah, my lawyers are going to respond.
Really?
Yeah.
Hope I hope they're not shut out.
We'll test your allegations in court. That's why we have the court. It doesn't mean that we won't be friends. We'll still be friends.
Stop patronizing these guys. That's just the message I'm giving to you.
No, it's fine. My lawyers will write you before the end of the day.
Can I go local a little bit? I've moved for this. You can say, a mix. It's going to tap and one.
At this point, just say same to you.
Your internal organs will go.
Mix this one, mix that one. Madam, add that one.
So, yeah, go.
I think our parents need to hear this. My mom is a big fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Mixture of everything. She
mixes it.
I heard
but she's still strong. That's the thing.
Okay, so I'm not saying it doesn't work. The problem is too many people, get into it for business right now. Back then, it used to be something, you had a family that you could say, okay, these people, it's a thing for them, it's a gift for them, they're able to pick herbs. Do you understand? We knew families like that, and so it was passed generation to generation. There would always be somebody to continue. This day, you have too many people. For instance, you find people telling you, I'm selling this skin care stuff, and I'm like, okay, so what did you study in school to start with? How do you know how to combine this and that? Combine this cream with that cream, and like, okay, so you got a chemistry background. You say yes. I'm like, okay, so what's your chemistry?
Well, there's the internet, You
saw that joke?
Learn all this.
You score F9 and you're mixing cream. F9 in chemistry, how you mixing cream?
I said that was then. I'm a changed person.
Oh, okay. So now you've learned.
I've seen the light. Don't you understand?
I'm glad that the government says they're setting up a task force to clamp down on the people selling this unwholesome herbal remedies. It's right there on the front page of Straight News this morning. There is widespread anxiety in Akwa Ibom State as a large swath of the over 7.2 million population face imminent decimation due to what medical experts describe as adverse drug reaction from the alternative medicine sources. Straight News investigation can authoritatively reveal. Findings by the Straight News team of investigators showed that several deaths from unknown and unverifiable sources occur on a daily basis in hospitals, clinics, petty drugstores and native homes, owing to patronage of such illicit healthcare regime. What's affected? Checks revealed the rural poor, where access to orthodox healthcare for healthy living remains a mirage.
No, so what's going to happen to those young men who's been parading the streets of Uyo saying, you just see one stick inside one rubber, just use this.
And then they tell you our ancestors passed it to us in our family in so place where I'm from. It is us that do it.
It's enough human. I don't want to mention brands.
It's okay.
Say you mix this one with this mineral, it will work. See this one, put water. And,
but you have to agree that some of these things work sometimes.
Really? They work
you
sometimes. Cannot verify this. You cannot substantiate.
Until you have a body that can say, okay, we've tested this clinically and it works. There are people making herbal medicine.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I was going.
You have alternative medicine, and the Ministry of Health recognizes it, but it's got to be clinically tested. You've got to get an approval for it.
That's the word.
Those are not the ones who the state government is going out.
No, those are not the ones. Those are not the ones. It's the people that Charles knows.
Okay, alright.
The
ones that you both patronize.
I get this.
You have one guy who is very out, but according to this case. And you always collect it on Friday morning. I don't know why. Come on.
And he says he's looking for Yugee. That's how he calls it.
Okay, now that got to me. Alright, let's move on, man. Still looking at Straight News this morning. Illegal employment rocks Akwa Ibom Civil Service. Illegal employment rocks Akwa Ibom Civil Service. So we're not talking about ghost workers again. It's now illegal employment. I know this person. He has a job in the ministry.
I'm trying to remember how Comrade Melbourne, the info commissioner, how he put it. It is not illegal employment. I've forgotten how they call it, but we need to check this out. It's an assignment, illegal employment. Is it possible?
What's the? I mean, it's very possible. So you think that you're working, and then they tell you for this period, you know that until your enumeration has not happened, they need to also what's that word? There's a word they use. You know, your papers has to be. So you will get your cumulative salary after some time, and so you have a job.
No, I'm not sure. Maybe before the end of the program, we'll just call him and ask him. Let's leave it because I'm not sure about it. But since it's an investigative job.
All right. Well, we'll keep following on that one for you. Still looking at straight news. I am guilty of murder charge. In New Bronx, suspected murderer pleads. I am guilty of murder charge. In New Bronx, suspected murderer pleads.
Charles, why are you looking at me?
I'll tell you what.
I'm thinking of the reverse psychology I'm going to use on you.
Hey?
Really? Wow. Okay. Please, let's move on. Real quick. Let's not brood on that.
I'll tell you what I'm excited about. I'm glad that, finally, because there's been too many concerns about what's happening. Why is this case not in court yet? At first, it was that the courts were on strike. It was closed. Courts have been open. Why has this case not gone to court? So finally, the case is in court. A young man pleaded guilty. Right? So I think the case was adjourned also.
He has never changed his position. I remember when he was paraded at Ikada Panabia. You remember that scene? And
you were there?
Yes, I was there.
I've asked you before if you were the one that asked, were you in love? Or
that's immaterial.
What's your advice? Okay, no,
that's
I think you were the one that asked, what's your advice for young guys out there?
If you heard my voice, and I was keep saying, I said, what are you guys doing here? Shift. Let us ask this guy questions.
So who are the people? Well, that's not
the focus.
Let's not digress. That's not the focus.
It's a whole lot to ask.
And you don't see, I can't fold my hand. No,
I trust you.
Okay, we'll get them wrong.
Fine.
If I had opportunity, I would have asked him some questions.
Yeah.
There are so many questions to ask the young man. But now that he is before the law courts, let the lawyers do the work.
Right. I mean, so he's pleaded guilty to murder, but pleaded not guilty to rape, according to what I hear from yesterday. Well, that's on that one. We can't do too much talk on that. It would amount to subject. The case is subject, so we can't. Udom's Aid offers free medical succor to 150 patients. Wow. Talking about the 82 billion naira oil spill judgment, ExxonMobil gets a 14-day ultimatum to pay, or what? You find out.
That's a big question there.
Are we still talking about the same case where some person set up how they want to disburse the money already?
No, there's a fund management committee in place already for the communities that the money is going to come.
Is the chairman aware of it?
Chairman of the local government. Does the chairman live in the community? If he lives in the community, he should be aware now. Did they set up committee? They will call village meeting before they set up committee now. If the chairman lives in Uyo, how will he know that if he doesn't go to village? That's the problem. Do you understand? I mean, his councillors should be aware also. Are they not representing wards in the local government?
I'm just asking question now. You are not the
chairman. I'm asking you now.
Question.
I'm not answering. I'm just saying chairman cannot say he's not aware, except chairman lives in Uyo and he's administering the local government there.
Let's not joke over this thing.
No, we're not.
But 14-day ultimatum, I think they should step up action. So that we will not ask about the R, what it stands for.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think also that if the court is given judgment, I mean, the next thing should be implementation of that judgment. Except you're going to appeal, so you file for a stay of execution on the matter because you're following up.
Right? I'm asking if you're up to date on that. If there's no appeal already,
that's the thing. So if there's an appeal, then these ultimatums automatically.
So if there's an appeal, what happens to the committee already set up?
And the committee would also stay execution now. Once there's an appeal, you stay execution of the on the matter. So the committee that's been set up to manage the funds, they'll sit down and be looking at the pause and waiting for when implementation of the judgment will happen. But that's about it. Just before we run,
the issue of oil spillage should not be treated with levity.
Not at all.
It's a serious matter.
Not at all.
And
it's
it
a very
should be
serious
addressed.
one. Very serious one.
So the people who have been found wanting should step up action and make sure that they do the needful. Definitely. That's just the message.
Definitely. Well, just before we leave straight news, I think it's something I'm going to smile by the time Aqua United play their. I think if they win their next game and maybe pull a draw in the follow-up, I'm just going to be smiling because that means we got the trophy in our kitty.
Gentlemen and ladies, I present to you Charles. So what's in the name?
Oh yeah. So because there's a Charles Ashimene that's scoring now.
Okay.
I present to you Charles.
Charles, really? Yeah. Is that what's in the name?
No, that's the way we roll.
Okay.
No, look at that.
So we should change our name to Charles. Now everybody should talk to Charles up and down.
We have only a few seconds to do that.
And that's about the match from Straight News this morning. Let's share your thoughts, your reactions, your opinion to any of those headlines catching your attention right here. Phone lines are open at this point. 0700001069 0902-225-5088. Those are the numbers to call to be part of what's popped on the papers this morning.
All right, let's quickly check out the Guardian newspaper this morning. The big headline here. Okay, let's take this call first. All right. Hello, good morning.
No, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, HighPrayz.
Good morning.
Good morning, Yugee.
Good morning, Joe.
Yeah, good morning, Charles.
Good morning.
Yugee, what's in the name? So today, I really just can't really figure out. I've been wondering, maybe someday I might have to speak with you about that. Maybe off air. I will combination of your name because for me, I don't know. You go Bamidele. I know where you go. Come from and I know where Bamidele.
He's a true
Yes.
That was on a lighter note.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Yugee.
Sir.
You know, I think I would like to go. I would go with HighPrayz this morning regarding some of these issues. I'm not actually talking about some news in the papers. It's reacting to some of these mixing stuff Charles was trying to explain. You see, there's something I would like to bring to the fore. I am not a fan of some of these local stuff and stuff. But I think it does work, just like HighPrayz mentioned. You know, so let me mention something here. You know, most of the medicine we take today are extract from herbs and roots. Like, you know, like let's say for example, cola nut. Cola nut contains caffeine. I don't know if you're aware of that.
I'm very much aware.
And there's this particular. Okay, fine. So so even this thing that people are abusing, marijuana, although some call it cannabis, have some medicinal value. I hope you also aware. And even when let's go back in the days, back in time, when Paul advised Timothy to take at least a little of this stuff, what I would call a local, that was actually at least to help him to cure his stomach ache. And you know, even when the Good Samaritan did this thing, you know, it sometimes you die.
Pastor Joe, yes. Let me give you a little bit of advice. And it's okay, Joe. It will be an academic advice, all right? First of all, I mean, I have a huge background in chemistry, so I can tell you industrial chemistry. The problem is not the efficacy. The problem is in what dose. Do you understand?
Thank you.
That's the problem. And because most of these formulas do not come with dosage. People overdose on them. And the overdose becomes a problem. Every medicine you take is a poison.
See,
in large quantity will kill you.
When you suffer an inflammation of the throat or your organs, either your liver, how do you solve it?
No.
Who do you go back to blame?
I agree with you, but these things are not totally bad because you know, even back in the days, I wasn't there then. But you remember.
Joe, let those people leave the
back
streets.
In the days, some of these
you do not. Have you taken something before?
With some of this stuff.
Joe, hold on. Have you
say?
Have you taken something from these guys before? Then your legs start swelling. Your tummy.
No,
swells uncontrollably.
You know, I don't take it. Like I try as much as possible to avoid those things because of they don't. Some of them do not even know.
See, honestly, I don't want
of that mixture.
We don't have Joe.
At the same time,
Joe, time will not permit us. I can tell you. Hold on, Joe. I have a friend who is a master's degree holder. Honestly, I did not, and I never believed that he will patronize these people. And if you know where he is, you will not like it. It is not. Oh. It is not.
No, Charles, I agree with you.
So is that the flight? Sorry.
Joe, thank you very much for sharing.
We're out of time. Let's quickly go with the Guardian. Quick. 8:34 on the clock this morning.
Okay, the Guardian newspaper.
Yeah.
Kanu's absence forces 3-month delay. Court deters on Igboho's fate. Now there are riders to that headline. Amid heavy security, DSS blames Kanu's absence on logistics difficulties. Another rider, IPOB leader drags Nigeria, Kenya to Africa Rights Commission, seeks return to the UK. Then the IPOB to the DSS, produce Kanu to prove he's not dead. And let's hold on with that paper. Hello. Good morning. Okay.
Good morning, Excel.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please, I want to talk on the other paper, the issue of Khan and the fathers of faith.
Okay. What paper
is that?
Huh?
What paper is that?
I think the Vanguard or something that talks about Khan and the fathers of faith.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, please, I want to say something here, please, because these fathers of faith are bringing a lot of confusion in this state. Please, I want to advise them. I want to tell them something that, the Bible is for us all of us own Bible. And to the best of my knowledge, I keep on telling people that the easiest way to deceive a Bible people is to use God's name. Whenever you use God's name, that is the easiest way to deceive a Bible. So this time around, please, because I don't know who are the fathers of faith, I don't know them, but I want to tell them that as long as I am concerned with the little knowledge that God has given me, my God whom I worship has nothing to do with politics. So they should leave the people alone to choose for themselves. Because the same God that created those fathers of faith are the same God that created us. And if God do not choose for us, the fathers of faith should not come and choose for us. Please, they should leave this. We don't want to insult anybody this time around because they are the reason why we are here.
Hello?
They deceive us
Hello?
So they should.
Thank you.
Hello?
Yeah.
Thank you. Though I've gone through Vanguard, I've not seen the headline, but I think I have read through the Bible, at least some portion, if not from the very, very beginning to the end. I know there is one portion that they say, choose ye,
Choose this day who you should serve.
You should serve. So I'll just leave it like that. Ugo will say, what?
We've lost Ugo here.
No.
You know my problem is that
you choose the verse you want to have.
My problem is that I'm not too smart. That's the problem. I'm just not too intelligent.
Let's quickly wrap up with the Guardian newspaper. One headline here: PDP governors insist on electronic transmission of election results. They reject direct primary. That's on the cover page and continues on page 2. Finally, President signs 2021 982 billion naira supplementary budget. That's on page 9 of the Guardian newspaper. You find this and much more when you pick up a copy of that paper.
All right. So that's what the Guardian looks like, right?
This Nnamdi Kanu's case. The greater part of Abuja was blocked. Business crippled for hours in anticipation that he will be brought to the court.
Did you see videos from Anambra yesterday?
What has that got to do with Abuja?
Well, I mean the same thing. The same thing. Bonfires on the road, roadblocks.
Was that part of the logistic excuse?
Well, that's the problem. I don't know. It's like how many times now the DSS has had to give excuses for not producing him in court.
No, my concern is the entire road leading to the Federal High Court premises were barricaded. Human and vehicular movement restricted, except for a few journalists who
were accredited.
I
think there's about 10. I saw the list yesterday.
Now, after a while, after hours, a convoy came into the premises of the High Court. The same energy, the same logistic plans, whosoever was on that convoy, was it not possible for Nnamdi Kanu to be
brought to court to face his matter
the same way? So did the authorities who were saddled with the responsibility of presenting him in court, didn't they know the date that was fixed for his appearance?
Are they not the ones prosecuting the matter?
So who took the matter to court in the first instance? Who's keeping him in his custody? What logistics are we talking about? Was there no fuel in the vehicle? Or logistic all encompassing in its entirety? If I understand.
I'm glad that you added if you understand. You're not a security expert, so you wouldn't know when security people say logistics, what they're trying to imply.
So
everything is not English.
Logistics does not mean vehicular movement.
It might not. It doesn't mean it might or might not mean it.
Security.
It depends on what their context.
I mean, they're the only ones that can come out and explain what secure logistic, what now? Logistic what?
Logistics difficulties.
Whatever it is. I mean, they're the ones that can explain it. We can't, because now then they do the work. Now then know it's in the challenge be with the work.
So we just speak English here.
We
never know.
That's the thing.
Never chichonching.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I don't want to visit, please. I'm not ready for excursion right now. Okay, so let's
just joke.
Let's look at what paper you got.
The papers? This day.
Okay.
Let's look at the headlines that we have on this day newspaper this morning. INEC registers 1 million voters online. PDP governors free, fair, credible elections not negotiable in 2023. Buhari, other world leaders to raise $5 billion for education. Buhari signs 982.7 billion naira supplementary appropriation bill into law. Alleged treasonable felony, court declines to try Kanu in absentia. FG orders activation of COVID-19 isolation centers nationwide. Still on this day, we have Ghanaian government denies alleged Ado's disparaging comments in Nigeria, or on Nigeria, sorry. Abiodun Swezian, 20 LG chairman, that's local government chairman, charges them to provide good governance. I think that's all we can take on this day newspaper this morning. Why are you shaking your head? Is that okay?
I start from Ogun State.
Okay.
President Abiodun, election happened on Saturday, right? In Ogun and Lagos, council elections, and already, I mean, the those that emerged from the elections already sworn in. That's quick. That's swift. I like it.
Ogo, if you have the sincerity of purpose in your life, there's
That's
nothing
sweet.
you cannot achieve.
That's what I'm saying.
What is it?
That's what I'm
You
saying.
want to hold on for 22 months before you do one grand ceremony?
Isn't there supposed to be a transition period?
How?
Handover notes and the rest of that. Isn't that supposed to happen? I'm just asking. I never played politics before.
If you're eager to work, immediately you know you have been positioned for this job. The election comes, go. The next thing you want is, please, can you vacate the office? Let me enter.
The people that were there before.
You give them 3 months to clear up their desk?
Maybe not 3 months, but, well. Like I said, I've never played politics before, so I don't know.
I'm not sure.
And then you're posing
I'm not sure you're
the
part of
question
this
to
generation
Charles.
that I belong to. The generation I belong to is make things happen quick,
Fast.
and real time.
Oh yeah, that same generation has kept education in Nigeria where it is, right? That same generation has kept security where it is in this country.
Who are those? That
same
Are they from your
generation
generation?
has kept
That's
the
thing.
economy.
Hello.
Are we
I'm
are they
just
from your generation?
Please, Ugo,
We're talking.
let's list out the
How
positions,
old-
the political positions,
Okay.
and the key positions people are manning. Just let's do a table. Place the age brackets.
Okay.
Let's start from the top.
Okay.
Calm down.
Okay.
Are
Is
you
it
ready?
not your
Are you ready for it?
Is it not your generation?
Which generation
manning
do I
the
belong
position?
to?
That's that. I think we need to address that. What generation are we talking about? Usually, are they?
I don't understand.
What's your
Is it not
generation?
your generation manning it?
3 years ago, I conducted an interview
Oh my
with
goodness.
someone, a high-placed person in this state, and I told him we were discussing about paradigm shift.
Yeah, that shift.
And he never believed in it. He said our generations were not ready. This present generation, that we are not ready to take over leadership.
Are you in this present generation, Charles?
This present generation, you know what you're talking about?
Really?
I'm just asking, are you in this present generation?
I think maybe you're just lucky. Are you 20 something?
Yugee, how old are you again, please? I think we need to address that.
Under 30.
Okay.
Under 30.
Yeah.
Okay, you're still playing with the
21.
computer, right? Your
20.
Your age mates.
Well, the smart generation.
Human resources manager for multinational. They stay in Israel and conduct elections in conduct
election.
interview.
They stay in Israel and conduct
interview